Hey, what's up, everyone? We're going to have a quick cash flow club for about 20-30 minutes. My name is Monroe Mann with Breakdiving, joining you from the United States. And also with us is Tracy Kadar in Ghana. So you're going to get two different cash flow perspectives here from different people in very different economic environments. And maybe Tracy and I will be able to inspire one another to find some excellent cash flow opportunities for ourselves. So obviously it's recorded. So this is going on YouTube. So Tracy, and also for those watching, we're not going to share the absolute intimate details of everything that's going on, but you can share what in a more general way of what's happening. I'll start, and then Tracy, you can share what you're doing, and then we're just going to have a discussion and see if we can inspire each other while also inspiring some of the people watching. So I quit my job, as those of you in the community know. The community I'm talking about is breakdiving.io. We'd love you to come join us. Come check out the link in the description. It's free to join. Awesome community. I
Yeah.
quit my job as a lawyer about 2 months ago. I'm very good at savings, so I have good savings, and I have some passive income from some real estate investments that my mom and I are involved with, and I have my savings, and I have two part-time jobs. But nothing. I still have a shortfall every month currently, so I need to find another income. Two things that are good on the horizon, or three things on the horizon. I have a potential job offer, but it's kind of quasi-governmental and it's a long process. I have no idea if or when I'll ever get the final offer. Two, I'm giving this TEDx speech about break diving, the concept, in a few weeks, or I guess in two. Is it in 2 weeks? It's in a week. It's a week from tomorrow. So that's coming
Wow.
soon. So that's a little bit stressful, but I'm hopeful that that's going to potentially be a springboard to other financial cash flow opportunities if people see that talk. And the third is I launched this new software, soft launch, that I created called contactpoints.io. It's a novel contact management software. As I talk to my students, whenever I teach them business, I say, what's the likelihood of your business succeeding? 1%. Likelihood of failure, 99%. And so I know upfront that the likelihood of the TEDx, the likelihood of contact points actually leading to any spectacular change in my life is slim, but it's there. And so anyway, that's my update. And what's your update, Therese?
Okay. So I have a cosmetics line. I make cosmetic skincare mainly. And yeah, my skincare products are good. I have good reviews from my customers, but um I don't know. After the whole COVID thing, it- there's not been much market cosmetics wise. I don't know. Things are just not really moving. And the other half of our business has to do with sports. That's mainly my husband's thing. But yeah, we don't see much growth there either. It's like 3 years of like a stoppage, kind of. And we're trying everything to restart stuff, but it's going slow. That's basically it. Yeah.
Mhm,
I'm trying to get a gig writing.
mhm.
I've tried many, they're not very lucrative. So, but I'm trying something new now, I'm pitching to the New York Times, the Washington Post, Stylist magazine in the UK, hoping to hear back. You know, I'm doing what I can, yes, to stay afloat.
So
Yeah, that's
let,
about
let's
it.
let's both first give ourselves advice. So we just heard each other speak, and then I want you to give yourself advice. I'll give myself advice, and then maybe we can also share some perspective and give the other person some. So I'll start to show what I mean. So if I were to give myself advice, it would be It's good that you're focusing on the speaking opportunity because that could be, that's very important that that has a good outcome.
Yeah,
And absolutely put together a marketing plan for contact points for the software because that could lead to something great. But the
yeah,
likelihood that it's going to start paying bills immediately is very low. And so even though I need to find time to prepare for the talk and to do the marketing for contact points and continue to push forward with break diving and try to get more members and more success with that, I do need to find something more traditional, I think, in the meantime. Even if I don't love the job, I have to find something that is going to make sure that everything is covered. I'm glad I have my savings, but I don't like seeing the savings go down, even though that's the whole point of the savings is for situations like this, when you leave your job and you don't have a major income source. So I do have to worry about that, but not this week. And I'm just, and now that I'm talking, I'm realizing even though it's weighing on me and I don't like the fact that I'm using my savings for certain things, I realize it doesn't help the preparation for the talk. And so I'm not going to talk about any of my financial challenges for this next week. All I'm
you're
going
not
to do
gonna
is
think
focus that.
about it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to think about it. And I think
Yeah,
that's the main advice I could give myself, which is actually really good. There's nothing I can do about it now because I have to focus on the talk. That's the most important thing. And it's probably the best investment of my time and money right now. So using my savings as my income so I could prepare for the talk is actually a very wise decision. And when I
yeah,
get back from that, I will then reevaluate and say, okay, what do we need to do now? So good
okay.
job, Monroe, on that excellent advice for yourself.
Yeah,
Tracy,
true.
what's your
Good
excellent
job.
advice for yourself?
Ha. Mm, okay. If I had to advise myself, keep going on the writing gig. Basically, that would be it. I'll keep pursuing until I hear something. Um, yeah, keep applying to different ventures, different magazines and different newspapers until I hear something back. I think that's the best advice I could give myself right now because I need something quick. Yes, and I need something quick. I know that it isn't deep advice, but it is what I need to do. So
Cool, cool. All right, now we're each going to give each other some advice based on what we heard each
yeah,
other say.
I would love to hear your advice from me.
So mine is as a writer and as someone who's worked for as a writer for newspapers, there is no quick gig as a writer.
Ah,
And if
okay.
you did want a quick gig, the big thing is not apply to one, two, or three. I mean, you need to write to maybe 300 organizations, and maybe one of them will come through in 2 or 3 or 4 months. But it's not going to be a quick thing. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue it. Absolutely, because it could happen. With this TEDx, I'm in this program, and they said, "Hey, it's probably going to take you a year, or
Mm,
six months minimum to book one, and then it could be another year before you're
yeah.
on the stage." It was around 4 weeks after I signed up that I got my first invitation to speak, and now it's next
Nice.
week, all in less than about 2 months. So what I'm saying, that's
Wow.
why I'm telling you, apply to as many as you can, because if you want it to happen more quickly, you have to blanket the market with everything.
Yeah.
The other thing you mentioned, can I talk about what the last thing you talked about in the community, in the chat room? Do you remember what you said about in the, just like,
Location.
yeah, the location? Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. You're in Ghana, I'm in the United States, and technically, you have you've lived here, and you have this idea that the
Yeah.
United States is this land of opportunity, and Ghana is a more difficult place to start a business or find. I'm not going to dispute that, but
It
I
is
will
true.
tell you, I will say that it's not just the location, because there are people who are prospering in Ghana, and there are people in
Yeah,
the States who are struggling.
yeah,
It's certainly an issue. I'm sure it's easier for me to start a business and make it successful here than it is for you to do the same in Ghana.
yeah,
But it doesn't help. It doesn't help you in any way to think, okay, I'm at a big disadvantage because I'm here in Ghana. You may be, and it
yeah.
may be really difficult, but it doesn't help you to find the solution. It's like, okay, I'm in the rich. Did you read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No, I
Read that.
didn't.
Read that book. And one of
Sure.
the things he says is, stop saying, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. You should be asking the question, okay, how can I afford this? So it shouldn't be, I can't do this in Ghana. Oh, I can't do this here. I wish I were in the US. You're not, and you are in Ghana. And it could be, okay, how can I get
Do
to the
this
U
in Ghana.
if you want to do that? How can I become successful in Ghana?
Yeah,
What can I do with the resources that I have here? What can I, it's not easy, and it's the same thing I'm thinking. It's like, what the heck? Why has it been 2.5 months and I am not getting 1.5 million job offers?
yeah,
It's weird. I mean, people outside the US think you come here and you're
nah.
and it's not. It's a struggle really wherever it is. And it just, I guess my advice to you is, don't let your current situation dismay you. Just say, this is what I have. What do I need to do based on what I have and where I am? Don't compare yourself to what it was like when you were in Atlanta or in Georgia. Don't compare what it was like before COVID. We're not before
Mm,
COVID. We're post COVID, and this is what it is.
yeah,
You're not in the
it is.
US anymore. You're in Ghana. It is what it is. It doesn't mean you can't still launch and stuff. You found breakdiving as a community. I know that's been a great blessing for you, and
Big
as for us
time.
too, and for me. And those types of things can keep coming your way if you just keep your eyes open and really hustle. Again, I think
Yeah,
how many newspapers have you applied to? Have you written to? Just like less than five?
about 7.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it. It's got to be two, like it should be 7 per day,
Yeah, wow.
10 per
Hmm.
day until you get a response. And not
It,
even just the United States. Reach out to the ones in England. Reach out to the
yeah,
ones in France. Reach out to, is Ghana a former British colony?
it is.
Well, yeah, write to every newspaper in the UK. Maybe they need a on the ground person in Ghana to do some local reporting,
Sure.
something like that.
Yeah,
So it's numbers, 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 and you keep pushing. But literally, if you really want that to happen quickly, 10 to 15 per day. And it's horrible. It's as horrible as it sounds. But
uh,
that's how you can make it potentially happen. If after you say, Monroe, I've written to 500 news organizations in England and the United
yes.
States, and I've heard back from nobody, okay, then I'll maybe feel,
Mm.
that's tough. But I find it very hard. You're an amazing writer,
Thank you.
and you're well spoken too. So and you're good for on camera if you wanted to do that. What might make it different? Maybe make a short 1 minute YouTube video unlisted and include that in every email saying, hi, my name is
Mhm.
Tracy Kadar. I'm interested in writing for you. I've prepared a 1 minute video pitch for you to get to know a little bit about me. I hope you'll
Okay,
watch it. If
okay,
somebody did that, I would watch the 1 minute and just to see what it says. Hi, I'm Tracy Kadar. I'm based in this and that, and make it like a 1 minute. Hi, good evening. My name is Monroe Mann. I'm based out of Miami Beach, and today here in Miami Beach, we're doing the bump, 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 and a bump. I work
okay.
in the community. I'd like to share that with your readers, and all of a sudden go, wow, not only is she well spoken, but maybe she could do on camera for us, and then there's a link. Here's a link to 3 of my writing samples, or attached, or 3 writing sample links.
Yeah.
So I mean, just think what's going to make you different. And
Yeah.
so, all right, what's
That's
your advice
great
for me?
advice. Well, thank you, first of all. That's great
Oh,
advice from you.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, my advice for you is, well, you mentioned to me that things like finding brick diving and good things like that could keep happening to me. Same for you. I mean, your TEDx thing went through in record time, and that's a good thing. And yeah, right now you're depending on your savings. True. I know what that feels like. It's not a good feeling, but um big things would keep coming. You have applied to a few jobs. I mean, you could get good responses very soon. I
Mhm.
actually think, yeah, you have better chances even than me. Something very good, very helpful could come around in like a week. That could change everything for you. So yeah, stay optimistic and please don't think about the negatives for the next week because we need you at your best for the TED Talk.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I appreciate that. That's very helpful and motivating. I will.
I'm glad.
We don't know if I have better opportunities than you.
Ye-
You could get an email tomorrow that the newspaper wants to hire you, and now you're making big money.
if I'm making big money, you're making big money.
All right,
True.
we got it recorded here. So this is good. I'm glad
Yo,
that we got a little plan, a little insight into each other's lives, and some more plans for what's going on moving forward. I'm trying to think what other cash flow things could we talk about. Let's try to think of what's something else that we're not doing now that we could do to increase cash flow. So, I mean, certainly with break diving itself is getting more. If this is not an immediate thing, but of course,
yeah.
getting more and more people into break diving and maybe getting a grant, maybe getting more paid members, and finally there's enough money to pay staff members. That would be great. I'm thinking, what else have we
Really.
talked about that I could do? I've been thinking about creating something uh, called not-for-profit school for a while, which
Okay.
is creating like a paid program where people sign up and pay however many thousands to join this, and then they get a full set of lessons. They get a community, and they get somebody to, my expertise to guide them, and the expertise of the other members in the community as they're creating their not-for-profits and trying to make them successful. I think that could potentially be a winning business. So I'm thinking about that.
Moneymaker.
Yeah, I think that could. I'm actually going to write it down because it reminds me. I keep thinking about it, and I haven't done it yet, but I think it would be. Grab a something to write down here. Let's see. Actually, why don't we do this exercise right now? Both
Okay.
get a piece of paper and write down 10 things that could be money makers for you or me for yourself over the next. It might not be immediate. Forget about immediate about when it would be a money maker because anytime you try to do quick money, it's crap. And you're doing something, but I
Yeah.
think something that could be a big
True.
money maker in the long term. So let's do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, do the
Okay.
same thing. Make a list of top 10 things that could be money makers for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm up to 6. What are you up to?
2.
You're good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, how many you got so far?
3.
Ah, you're getting there. 3. Come up with 2 more. 2 more.
Okay.
Hmm. Did you get to 5?
I'm on the 5th one.
Okay.
I'm writing 5. Yes. Yeah. 5.
Cool. Okay. All right, so I got to 10. We don't have to share them
Yeah.
because maybe they're private ideas or this or that, but I mean,
Okay.
this inspired me. I mean, just it reminded me of all the different things I have going on and
Wow.
or the things that I if I put a little bit more effort into, I could, I think
Yeah.
make turn these things into some money. And
Myself.
you feel
5.
the same way? I
I
would
do.
keep going and
5.
try to come up later, try to come up with 10, 5 more. And then
Sure.
and and one of them could be find your way back to the USA. I mean, that could be a moneymaker for you if you find a legal way to get your visa and your
Yeah.
work to come back here. But
Yeah.
also keep in mind if you have money in Ghana, that also gives you a way to
Yeah.
you can
Get
invest in a
back.
lot of their investment programs here in the US. So uh, awesome. Well, I hope everyone on YouTube, I hope you guys all benefited from this too. I hope you found this helpful. keep in mind,
I
you don't
sure
have to
did.
just watch these videos on the internet. You can actually benefit by being a part of this yourself. Not only Tracy and I were talking for 20 minutes prior to in the Cash Flow Club chat room in breakdiving. You
Yeah.
can too. So please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. And if you want more personal attention, come join us at breakdiving.io. Again, the link is down below in the description. And Tracy, anything else you want to add?
Nope. Not at all. Come join us for break diving. It changed
See,
my life.
next time I ask that question,
It
that's your
changes.
answer. Always.
Okay. Yes.
Come join breakdiving.
Always.
So
Break
it's
diving
one,
did change my life. So
and we're great and grateful to have you a part of us as well. And let's keep on pushing higher and higher. Thanks everybody,
yay.
and see you soon. Stop.